and welcome to Pokemon Colosseum. This is a game released back in 2004 for the GameCube. In many ways, it is a spiritual successor to Pokemon Stadium, which released back on the Nintendo 64. This is one of my favorite games, and it is unique in that it has a story mode separate from its battle mode. Now, the sort of gist of this game is that instead of catching Pokemon in the wild, you'll actually be snagging them from other trainers. But it's okay because they're evil. And we all know it's okay to steal from evil people. So we'll have to give our character a name. I think I'm gonna name him Gary. So it goes up here. This is the Orre region. It is pretty much just endless wasteland as far as the eyes can see. Mad Max hover motorcycle and peel out.
Music's up higher and your voice is low.
Okay, so this is our first starting area that we get into. This is called the Outskirt Outpost. There is something squirming in the sack. We won't worry about that though. It's none of our business. Fwa, we sure pigged out, eh? I love chowing down after a job. It adds to the flavor, I swear. Ha 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 ha, yeah. And we bagged ourselves a great big catch, too. Boss will be sure to fix us up good with big rewards, too. Ha 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 ha, it doesn't get any better than this. Just having this nonchalant conversation in front of someone. And then we enter. Authorities have made a stunning announcement on the mysterious building that exploded in Echo Canyon. It was Team Snag'em's hideout. Team Snag'em is a gang of Pokemon abductors who have already been marked for arrest. The hideout was discovered only as a result of the explosion. By the time police arrived, the ruined building had already been abandoned. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. It should become apparent eventually. So that's the evil team that we just encountered, Team Snag'em. As you can guess from their name, they snag Pokemon. There's a few people to talk to in here. Do I know about Team Snag'em? No. They're a bunch of heartless crooks. They rip off Pokemon from trainers without any hesitation. They use something called a snag ball to catch Pokemon from their rightful trainer in battle. I'm guessing that you're a trainer. You'd best be careful. Haven't seen your face around these parts. A traveler, huh? Not that it matters any. I don't know where you might have come from, but relax, stick around a while. Talk to a few of the people in here. You're a Pokemon trainer too, aren't you? I can tell, and you're good. I can see it in your eyes. I bet your Pokemon are impressive, too. If the opportunity ever arises, I'd like to have a battle with you. Ha! Though I doubt you'd have any chance of beating you. Of course, then you just go outside. Yo, wait up. Hey, my name's Willie. After I got a good look at you while I got the urge to battle you, it's like I'm compelled to. Any way I look at it, it's obvious that you're no ordinary Joe. So what do you say? Let's you and me have a quick battle. Now, I've never actually said no, so I have no idea what would happen. What are you saying? You're doshing, right? So what do you say? Let's you and me have a quick battle. Okay. So the interesting thing about this game, another interesting thing, is that almost all of the battles are double battles. That is, you use 2 Pokemon at a time, as well as the enemy using 2 Pokemon at a time. It helps battles go faster. It opens up some strategies that you might not use in normal games, moves that really only have use in double battles, like Helping Hand or anything like that. Yeah! I'm burning now, I'm on fire, it's full throttle time. Let's roll. Rider Willie would like to battle. He's just got the 2 Zigzagoons. And we have an Umbreon and an Espeon, which is obviously uncommon for starting Pokemon. So this battle is pretty straightforward. You can kind of just, you know, step through it here. It's also interesting that the Umbreon and the Espeon both have experience, like, starting out. That is that, like, Umbreon's already, like, halfway to level 27, and Espeon is, like, halfway to level 26. Yep, not a pretty difficult battle, sort of just the introduction. Player defeated. Rider Willie. Wiped out. I still need seasoning. But yeah, you're tough. Real tough. You did a real number on us. Hey, I know. Why not test your skills in Fennec City? It's out west of here. You'll find trainers who are way better than me there. You should go out there and get some battling in. That, of course, is our cue to leave. For most maps, you just walk to the edge. And it has an overworld map where you can choose where to go. Obviously, we're just at the outskirts sand. And then we'll just go ahead and go to Fennec City, because that's our only other option. And Umbreon and Espeon ride in the sidecar. So this is Fennec City, an oasis town out in the desert. And there are 2 goons from earlier. Hey, what are you doing? Get a grip, man. Yeah, you say that, but this won't stop squirming. Makes it tough to hold on. Okay, settle down in there, just be quiet for a little while longer. Help! Someone let me out! Kidnappers! The tape didn't keep her yap shut. Hey, quit your shouting. Oh drat, did that punk there hear all that? I like that part where they just drop her and just thud to the ground. Since you overheard us, we don't have any choice. Blame it on your own bad luck. So, as is tradition, we will now proceed to battle monsters in the middle of town where everyone can see us. Because, you know, just, that's the best way to not draw attention for doing something illegal like kidnapping. As for sort of like the difficulty curve of this game, you are actually pretty powerful, like starting out, but the difficulty curve does get pretty steep, like once you sort of get going. It also helps that you've got two really powerful Pokemon, like right from the get-go. Another thing that makes this game difficult is, of course, that you have a more limited pool of Pokemon to choose from, because it's only the Pokemon that appear as Shadow Pokemon that you can get. You took out my Whismur? You're an ordinary trainer, are you? Huh, wait a sec. That face. Might you be Team Snagums? What? What's going on out here? So people only have just noticed. Somebody. Robbers. They're robbers. You be quiet. We're no robbers. We're kidnappers. Got it? Kidnappers. You dingbat. Don't shoot off your mouth. Don't get all happy just on the count of winning this once. Next time we meet, I'll trash you, your Pokemon, and all. Oh, yuck. There's someone inside there. This is tied good and tight. Can you believe those people? What a horrible thing to do. So obviously, there's someone tied up in that bag. Can you give this rope a tug from the other side? We need your help. Unfortunately, I cannot walk away. The sack's mouth is firmly closed with a tightly knotted rope. Undo the knot. No. Okay. Gary tugged hard on the tightly knotted rope, and the knot gradually loosened. Undid the knot, keeping the sack's mouth closed. Phew, thank goodness, I'm saved. Where is this? Where did those two bring me? This is Fennec City, the opulent city of water. This person saved you from those thugs. The way he battled those goons, it was truly superb. I wish you could have seen it. Oh, is that so? Thank you. And, you are... Oh, so you're named Gary. I am... Annoying. Oh, I can't spell it. We'll just keep annoy in there. My name's Annoy. I'm sure glad I met you. I was in the neighboring town when those two grabbed me. Oh, those guys. Did they use a peculiar Pokemon? A peculiar Pokemon? No, they looked ordinary to me. What do you mean by a peculiar Pokemon? Oh, no. No, that's fine then. Well, it's easy to see something's on your mind. You should go see our mayor for his advice. He's a very kindly person. I'm sure he'll be able to help you somehow. The mayor's house is near the fountain square past here. Go up the stairs from the square, and it's on your left. The mayor? The mayor might know something. Hey, Gary, I know I'm imposing, but I don't have anyone else that I can turn to. Please, can I get you to escort me for a while? And by a while, pretty much the rest of the game. No. Oh, but those men might come back. Please, can I get you to stick with me just for a while? Okay, yeah, for like the next 20 hours, I guess. If you're with me, it won't matter if those guys come back. Annoy became a partner. So yeah, she sort of just follows you around for the rest of the game. And yeah, they added collision, so like if you get stuck in a weird position, you have to kind of finagle yourself around. So here's the mayor's house. I'd guess you're a traveling trainer. I like what I see in your expression. Foo 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 foo. I have a feeling I may see you again somewhere. And here is the mayor's house. Ah, you must be travelers. Welcome to Fennec City. I'm S. Cade, the mayor. Now, you wanted to see me. Is there something that I may be able to assist you with? I saw a peculiar Pokemon. No, that's not quite right. What I saw was a Pokemon that gave off a black aura. It was like a fighting machine. And that Pokemon would attack people. Oh my. Oh my. Pokemon like a fighting machine and it attacks people? Now, if that were true, that would be truly frightening. However, it's a little hard to believe. It's true. It's true, Mr. Mayor. Because I saw that Pokemon, I was made the prisoner of some frightening men until just a little while ago. I see. I understand. I will order an investigation at once. You will? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Oh, no. There's no need for thanks. We mustn't allow thugs to do as they wish, especially thugs that endanger a pretty young lady like you. I'll ask that you give me a little time on this matter. I promise we will get some useful information for you. Oh, yes. You appear to be Pokemon trainers yourself. So I urge you to visit our city's pride and joy, our Pokemon Stadium. It's a breathtakingly beautiful stadium befitting our Oasis City. So that's, again, sort of our cue to move on. Stadium's just up here. I'm not sure why the aspect ratio seems to keep changing like that. Here we go. Now the interesting thing about this is that there was absolutely no reason for us to go here because current challenge has already started. No longer accepting trainers for this challenge. So you just walk in here for nothing. Check it out. Hey, Gary, we finally found you, you filthy double-crossing traitor. Wrecking the hideout wasn't good enough for you, so you rip off the snag machine? You've got some nerve. Who are these people, huh? Are they Team Snag'em? What do they mean by traitor? Gary, you mean... That's right, pretty lady. He's from Team Snag'em. Just like us. But he's no ordinary member. He's a snagger. He's the best in Team Snag'em, at snagging Pokemon without fail. No way. Is it true? Yeah. Oh, so it is true. That's a little shocking. Why? Because I have hair and they don't? And they've got like those weird like Beats by Dr. Dre around the back of their heads. Hey Gary, come on, hand it over. Give back the snag machine you ripped off from the hideout. Snag machine? Gary, do you really have something like that? The snag machine's built for trainers. When a trainer puts the snag machine on, their Pokeballs are converted. Ordinary Pokeballs are turned into snag balls that can steal Pokemon from the trainers in battle. Hey, you blabbermouth, keep that stuff secret. I get it, Gary. That's why these creeps are chasing after you. Creeps? What do you mean by creeps? This is getting us nowhere. If you won't give it up willingly, we'll take it back by force. Walkin'. Team Snag'em walkin'. So he has a Corphish and a Coughing. You can see that there's a bit of a level jump between the last battle. Obviously, Psychic is effective against poison, so we'll go ahead and we'll just take care of the Coughing. Oh, critical hit, that's good. I'm pretty sure that Coughing also has self-destruct, so that's good. We don't have to deal with that. Umbreon use Bite. Umbreon's basically the MVP for this entire game. walking. No, I'm not good enough. Blast you, Gary. Don't think this is over. We're going to get that Snag machine back. Just you wait. So 3 of them showed up, but only one of them was actually up to fight. Well, what do you know, Gary? So you're from Team Snag'em. Oh, right. To be accurate, I should say former Team Snag'em. It's okay, Gary. Doesn't matter to me who you are. After all, you're my gallant prince who rescued me when I was in trouble. I tried to leave, but game wouldn't let me, so here we are. So it doesn't matter. Besides, I thought something after listening to those creeps. Listen, Gary, we should go shopping for some Pokeballs. Now, the thing about the Orre region is that there are little to no wild Pokemon in the Orre region. They're all, like, imported. So you'll go to a shop. Why would they carry Pokeballs? There's no Pokemon. Hello, welcome to the Pokemart. You can buy a few things. You start with 10,000 Pokebucks or whatever. And, you know, with pretty much the full suite of items. So, we'll look forward to your next visit. Ah, boo, I keep getting figures that I don't want. Darn, I want what's under the capsule. Pokeballs? Come to think of it, I haven't seen any being sold in this town. Oh wait, I think I heard someone saying that they sell Pokeballs at the outskirts stand. It's east from here, Fennec. It's modeled after a locomotive, so you won't have any trouble finding it, I think. One thing I do like about this game is it does have a banger soundtrack, especially by Pokemon standards and by standards of other GameCube games. So we're back here at the outskirts stand. There's Willy. You can re-challenge him if you want. No real need to, though. Talk to this guy here. If you're intending to travel some more, you might want to stock up on supplies. Do you sell any Pokeballs? Pokeballs? No call for those things around these parts. Where'd I put them now? Oh yeah, here they are. A little dusty, but otherwise perfectly usable. Here, take these. I'll let you have them for free. 5 Pokeballs. So it gives you 5 for free, but of course you can buy more. You can pretty much skip Great Balls in this. Most of the Pokemon that you'll encounter early on are pretty high catch rate. And of course you also get the Premier Ball bonus if you buy 10. Actually, no, I guess not. Only sells status heals here, doesn't sell health heals, but we've got some from the beginning, so it's not a big deal. Okay, then we go back to Fennec. Oh, it's you two. Something terrible's happening. A whole lot of scary men came here. I think I even saw those 2 creeps who took off in the truck earlier. Uh-oh. So, you know, a bunch of scary guys just walk into town and there's no police or anything. Came back with help. They went off towards what we call the pre-gym. So the pre-gym is, well, not a gym, I guess, but it's this building here where young trainers can hone their skills. This is Justy, in charge of running the pre-gym, traveling. Well, what do you think? Since you're already here, do you feel like having a battle? Not right now. So if you want to battle trainers, there's sort of like a gauntlet of trainers. You don't have to do it right now, though. They're pretty weak. So we go back to the mayor's house. And here he is, the greatest antagonist in the history of Pokemon. Master Mirror B. It's him. He's the one that took the girl from us. Oh, now aren't you boys frightfully pathetic? You mean to tell me you were bested by these darling infants? Darling? Did you say your name was Gary or something? I so don't like saying this, but we're not at liberty to keep your lady friend at liberty. That sweet young thing, she can see things that ordinary people aren't supposed to see. You know, like schizophrenia. That just will not do for what we're planning to do. No, it just won't do at all. If you don't like pain, like most people, you can avoid the pain by keeping your nose out of places it needn't be. Boys, oh boys. Yes, yes we will. Boys, I shall make my return to Pyrite now. Do remember that I will be waiting for you to return with the little lady. Am I making myself clear? I won't accept failure from you again, boys. Let the music spin. And you know, even at this point, Myra is supposed to be like a strong Pokemon trainer. He's gonna leave his two grunts with the important task of kidnapping this person, the girl again. Last time you caught me off guard. That's not gonna happen again. So he's got a Whismur and a Lotad. I'm just like, where'd that other Whismur go? It's only been like 10 minutes, if that. As for the generation that this game encompasses, this is Gen 3, so nothing like nothing like after Hoenn region, of course, is going to show up. Not going to end up like Foley, but as I said before, the Pokemon that you actually have access to is limited by the Shadow Pokemon. So he's got a Duskull and a Spinarak. Duskull is a Ghost type, so Umbreon should be able to take care of that pretty easily. Spinarak is a Poison type, but it's also a Bug type. So we'll go ahead and we'll just take care of that real quick. Now this is where the Shadow Pokemon come in. So she is actually able to see the Shadow Pokemon, which is like never actually explained, but those jerks captured me because I saw that Pokemon. I can see a black aura coming from it. They must have done something to that Pokemon. Gary, be careful. This Pokemon isn't afraid to attack people. I know, Gary. I hate to say this, but there's no other choice. Get that Pokemon back from the bad guys. Please, you have to. You can. Actually, only you can do it. So this is where the Snag Machine comes into play. Actually letting you steal Pokemon from other trainers. You can only steal Shadow Pokemon, of course, but that's fine. Now, you have to be careful if you're trying to go for a full... If you're trying to catch all the Shadow Pokemon, because some of them, if you defeat them, there isn't like a chance to get them back. So we want to try to be careful here. All Shadow Pokemon in this game only have access. There's like one special move that all Shadow Pokemon have, which is Shadow Rush, which is kind of like a more powerful tackle with a higher critical hit ratio. and it does a small amount of recoil. It didn't actually choose to use it this time, but that's alright. So we'll go ahead and we will wear down the Makihita real quick. I'd like it if we can get the paralysis proc on secret power, but it's pretty low, so unlikely. It's going to use focus energy. Items. Pokeball. Like I said, we don't want to kill it, so... One, two, three, bam. I think that some of the capture rates were retooled because of the nature of this game, so some Pokemon are actually easier to catch than they normally would be. Darn it, but you're good. You snagged my Pokemon. What are you saying? You're not supposed to be impressed. Oh man, what are we supposed to do? We got flattened again. Mirror B is gonna chew us out. What do we do? What is there to do? Run away. You did it! You snagged that Pokemon from that goon, but I'm sure there are others like it. Let's get all of them back from the bad guys. You notice the mayor is nowhere to be found. So in order to leave this town, we now have to fight. There are 3 guys. You have to fight one of them. You'll fight one of them, and then the other 2 will just leave. Each one of them has a different shadow Pokemon. That is the second form of the Johto starters. So the red guy's got a Quilava, the blue guy's got a Croconaw, and the green guy's got a Bayleaf. I usually go for Quilava because I like the Typhlosion line, the Cyndaquil line. I think this time I'm actually... I almost never choose the Bayleaf. I think I'm going to choose the Bayleaf this time. Sorry to break it to you, but I'm not about to let you pass. Or do you have this idea that you can take me in a battle? Yes. Who's going to beat me? You are? Don't be crying out of regret later. Mystery Troop Verde. Bayleaf. And Grimer. You do get a chance to catch the other 2 later on. We'll go ahead and we'll use Secret Power on the Bayleaf. Grimer's a Poison type, so we'll just use a Psychic type move on it. Spoink. Body Slam. Accuracy fell. Now, depending on the location, Secret Power does have different effects, actually. We'll do that. And I guess put up a Reflect. So when you're inside most buildings, I think Secret Power has Paralyze as its additional effect. But since we're in sort of a sandy area, it has like a lower accuracy effect. Guess we'll use Return on it. Don't want to accidentally, like, you know, one-shot it. I mean, I guess the chances of that are pretty low, but... Rise a Leaf. and there's the Shadow Rush move. It does do actually really decent damage, just that our Umbreon is very good. He's weirdly a magnet for attacks by other Pokemon. We'll keep up with that. We'll actually start throwing balls at it because our chances of catching it are pretty high. Because it's literally like the second Shadow Pokemon we get. And there it is. Keeping with tradition, you of course don't get experience for catching Pokemon, as that was not included until later on. What was that strange Pokemon? What did you people do to it? It's a Pokemon that we turned into a fighting machine by artificially closing the door to its heart. No, you didn't. You artificially closed the door to that poor Pokemon's heart, knowing that's not going to help you do anything. And then he just runs off into the desert. I know. When I was little, I heard about that. They say that if any Pokemon closes the door to its heart, it can be gradually reopened by battling together with it. Gary, let's go. Those guys are probably heading for Pyrite Town. After all, it was in Pyrite that they captured me. So that'll be the next town that we go to. And as you can see here are Shadow Pokemon. So that gauge there, the heart gauge, is where you will actually, like, sort of slowly open the door to its heart. Once that gauge is all the way drained, then you have the ability to purify a Shadow Pokemon and turn it back to its original self. You do that by battling with it, by walking with it. You can unlock other ways to lower its heart later on. This game actually kind of makes it kind of a grind to purify Pokemon. Go ahead and save. Now, in this one, you can't save wherever you want. You actually have to save at the PC. There also aren't as many boxes available to you. Because, again, not as many Pokemon actually in this game. Weirdly, they released like a game for GameCube called Pokemon Box, which was literally just like a expanded Pokemon storage thing, a way to store extra Pokemon on Game Boy by like connecting it to your GameCube and storing them on the memory card. So before we can go to Pyrite, we have to visit the construction lot. This is where they're building like a big-ass battle tower that won't be ready until later on in the game. Whoa, hold it there. This is a construction site. It's not a safe place to be. No place for tourists to visit. Go on, scram. Yep, it's been a mighty long time. I can't rightly recall when it was that I was last at home, but we're just about done here. All that's left is to clean up the site, and we're done. Been working hard. Let me tell you, making this here huge tower is one massive job. It's hard to imagine, even for me. Y'all come back to visit when we're all done here. There'll be a Colosseum on top of the tower. Amazing stuff. There isn't actually anything to do right here, right now. We can go to Pyrite Town, a rough and dirty town full of thugs and scoundrels. It's said to be home to sinister Pokemon. Personally, I nominate Pyrite for having the best soundtrack. That is the song for any town. Aw, Mr. Johnson, give a man a break here. I keep telling you, I don't know anything. That better be true, Kale. If you're trying to con me, I'll know about it. Mr. Johnson, sir, I wouldn't think about lying to you. You've got to believe me, right? Alright, fine. I'll let you off easy today. See you. What a nitwit. Of course I haven't got a thing to tell you. As it's expected, kale is actually quite a sinister leafy green. What are you looking at? I haven't seen your faces around these parts. What are you, tourists? If you don't want to get hurt, you should get lost and quick, for the good of your health. Heh. Gary, it was here in that square that I saw that strange Pokemon. I tried to leave town afterwards, and that's when those creeps grabbed me. We should be careful. Even at the best of times, there's nothing normal about this town. So this is the battle square. There are a few different people to fight here. Some of them also have shadow Pokemon to catch because, you know, they're just giving those out like candy. Ryder Vant would like to battle. Miss Drevius. And Skitty. Pokemon with a black aura. So we don't want to use Bite because that might just, you know, kill it outright. So we'll go ahead and we'll use Confusion on it. It's got Shadow Ball. That's gonna hurt. And there it goes. Espeon not really known for its longevity. We'll go ahead and we'll send out the Bayleaf. Just use Shadow Rush on it. Shadow Rush doesn't actually have a type, so you can use it against any Pokemon. It's equally effective towards all Pokemon. Oh, Hyper Mode. Okay, so that's another sort of aspect, which is that Shadow Pokemon sometimes enter Hyper Mode. The worst part about it is that it skips a turn. However, it does increase their attack power, but also your Pokemon might just, you know, not listen to you. You can use Call. You can call the Pokemon in order to revert it out of Hyper Mode, and that will also remove some of its bar. This Mischievous is stronger than I remember. Take care of this Mischievous. Oh, that did very little. Try taunting it. And just for the heck of it, we'll throw a Pokeball since Bayleaf is still confused. Oh, and there we go. It's really just that easy. Yo! That was easy for you. Losing like that snapped me out of my hyper state. Did you know, if a Pokemon goes into hyper mode, call its name and its head will snap back into reality? Why do the trainers here have those strange Pokemon? I'm sure of it now. This town's hiding a big secret. So we'll go to the... Actually, this town doesn't have a Pokemon Center. remembered that. That's alright. The town stadium is back here. Most of the towns have stadiums. There's a heal machine in here that you can use. I believe this guy has a Shadow Quagsire, Bandana Guy Devel. Yeah. Bring on an Espeon. I'd like to get them up to level 30 since that's where most of the enemy Pokemon are going to be at. He's only got the 2 Pokemon, so we'll go ahead and we'll just get rid of the Psyduck real quick. Ugh. That's nasty. Switch out Espeon for, I guess, Bayleaf since it's grass type still. Although Bayleaf does not have any grass type moves as of yet. Type advantages still matter, so although I have no grass type moves, by virtue of it being a grass type, it won't take as much damage. Hyper mode. Yep, and here's Surf. Surf is actually really powerful in this game, like even more so than usual. We'll call Bayleaf to work on getting that meter down. Nice. Might be able to catch it. It's that nasty slam again. I really don't want to end up killing it. Any shadow Pokemon you kill, you know, limits your options by a lot. Oh, and another thing is that as you lower the heart gauge, shadow Pokemon will regain some of their old moves, as well as revealing like what their nature is. Because at first their nature is hidden from you. Probably do another secret power. Tis confusion. increase our chances of catching it. The call feature is actually nice because you can use it to sort of skip a Pokemon's turn if you don't want it to do anything, which is not normally an option. Still broke free. Maybe I should have picked up a few Great Balls. Ew. Some Pokemon you do have a chance to recatch if you do accidentally kill them. Not all of them, though. Yes! You have to go to the Colosseums in order to re-challenge them, and sometimes they have a chance to show up. Although, of course, it's easier to just catch them all the first time, but, you know, that relies on luck and skill, which I am lacking in both of those. Go to the outskirts stand and pick up some more Pokeballs. I'll probably pick up some Great Balls. Normally I can skip them, just move straight on to Ultra Balls, but I think I'd rather have them than not. Just by 10. Don't get the Premier Ball bonus. This is Duel Square, where even crying kids know they'd better shut up. This is where the Roughnecks gather, so how about it? Would you like to battle with me? Excellent. I like a man who can come to a quick decision. Let's have it out. Rider Nover. A Noctowl. And a Ledeba. Deal with the Ledeba first. I think the Noctowl has Fly as one of its moves. Well, Fly HMs don't serve any purpose in this game because you just travel between the different towns. So Rock Smash, Cut, Surf, none of those have any use in this game. Yep, there it is. We'll use Reflect. Use Fly, and it missed. I don't remember if you can catch a Pokemon while it's using like one of those moves, like a Fly or Dive or Dig or anything like that. I guess we can try. We'll just use the Pokeball. Espeon can't really do anything. Yep, you can attempt to catch it while it is flying. Whether or not that extends to Dig and Dive, I don't remember. Secret Power again, powered up with Helping Hand. Inflict Confusion. Hit itself. We're gonna go ahead and use the Great Ball. I don't want this one getting dead. It's an early flying type. Yes, you lost. I like your style. Here's a useful tip. If a Pokemon goes into Hyper Mode, its attacks become more likely to be critical hits. I believe that Diogo has a Flaffy? Yes. Might be able to take out the Shroomish, because it's also a poison type. Is it not a poison type? Guess it must not be. Yes, Cotton Spore. Ugh. Ah, static. Oh, synchronize. That's actually good. Just use a Pokeball since there's no urgency here. don't really have to save them, but I would rather have them than not, I guess. We'll go ahead and we'll throw out Quagsire. Nice. I think there are just a few more shadow Pokemon here in the town that we can get, and we'll have a nice roster to start out with. Go ahead and we'll heal our Pokemon. Switch out some of these. Also, some of the shadow Pokemon do come with items attached. So I think don't really need the ghost type. Having an electric type would be nice. Remember, is Noctowl also a normal type? Yes. Let's see. Do I want the Noctowl? I'm probably not gonna use the Makihita. Although we, of course, still need to work on luring its heart. So we'll go ahead and we'll just keep it. Already got 6 shadow Pokemon. Plus the 2 that we already have. I think there is 42 shadow Pokemon in this game in total. I believe that we can challenge this guy here. Battles bring so much joy. Let's get started, little boy. I am larger than you, but alright. Roller Boy Lawn. Slugma and Azurill. Shadow Slugma. This time we'll switch out the Quagsire. Water Absorb. Go ahead and we'll use Shadow Rush. Hyper Mode. Great. May be able to take advantage of the hyper mode. Hyper mode will also persist. If you switch out a Pokemon or if the battle ends. Nice. Hyper mode does not persist if a Pokemon is fainted, however. switch in Flaffy. Nice. Shadow Pokemon do not accumulate XP like normal Pokemon do. It actually kind of all gets stored up, and then when you actually purify a Shadow Pokemon, then all of the EXP it would have collected, it gains at once. So if you've been using a Shadow Pokemon for a while, it could gain lots of levels after you evolve it. A lot of Shadow Pokemon are also near evolving, or what? I don't know what I just was saying there. When you purify it, there's a good chance that it will evolve because it gains so many levels. Yeah, that's what I was meaning to say. That's what I meant to say. Hyper mode. Oof. I'm gonna switch it out again. We will switch out Espeon. And let's just see if we can actually catch this Slugma. I don't remember there being a lot of fire types available in this game, so getting the Slugma early on is definitely going to be helpful. Try to... I don't want to attack it because I might kill it. Try using Return on it, because that shouldn't do much damage. It'll help whittle it down a bit. If this Pokeball doesn't work, I'll switch to Great Balls. That's heartbreaking. Ooh, did more than I expected. Both Umbreon and Espeon have Synchronize as their special ability. So they'll pass on any status effects to their enemies, assuming of course that they can. Slugma being a fire type is immune to burn, so, you know, go ahead and just use a Great Ball. It's that easy. It's that easy. When you're good, you're good. What can I say? I hope you like my show, but now it's time for me to go. Okay, everyone, we've all had our fun. Until next week, farewell. That didn't rhyme. I always wonder how rhyming works in the sort of translation of games. Obviously, this being a Pokemon game, it would have been translated to Japanese. So that makes me wonder, like, how the rhyme goes. Actually, I think I'll switch out to put some of the... Put Quagsire and Flaffy up front, since they still have Hyper Mode. think we fought her yet. Try talking to anyone in Duel Square. There's only one answer. Writer Liba? Skiploom. And Oddish. This was another reason why I wanted to pick Bayleaf for this run, is because otherwise, Skiploom is your grass Pokemon that you have, and Skiploom is not very good. Oh, I forgot I had sleep powder. Now, there is a life hack in this game, which is if you use the call option on a sleeping Pokemon, it'll wake up. So that's a nice feature. So we'll call Quagsire. We'll have Flaffy attack. Mega Drain is probably gonna hurt. Yep, it did. That one's kind of on me for sending out Quagsire against a Skiploom. So we'll go ahead and we'll probably switch out after this. Acid. It's not very effective. Switch out for Bayleaf. I don't believe Skiploom knows any flying type moves. And ideally we'll take care of the Oddish this turn so we won't have to deal with any poison type moves. Shadow Rush. Very small amount of recoil on Shadow Rush. There we go. Dustox. Go ahead and try to knock out the Dustox. Hey, static proc, that's nice. I'm so happy. We'll go ahead and we'll try to get a crit on the Dustox, and then we'll switch out Flaffy for... I think the Dustox knows Gust, so go ahead and we'll do Espeon. In case that Dustox still survives, we can just use Confusion on it. Hey! Sleep powder, that's refreshing. Just call both our Pokemon. Wake up Espeon. Bayleaf out of Hyper Mode. Already, nearly halfway to... or rather, already halfway to opening its heart, so that's good. Won't be too awful long before we get access to the ability to purify a Pokemon. just use... I don't want to really use secret power because that might confuse it. Just keep using return. Bam. Pass. I believe there is one left in town that we can get. And then we can move on. So a few people we need to talk to in town before we can move the story along. I think we got a pretty good lineup for now. If we manage to open up some more hearts, then maybe we'll switch out. For the time being, we'll keep what we got. I'll switch back Umbreon and Espeon. Still like to get them up to level 30, although they are pretty strong for their levels still. I think you can... Wallflower. She's all serious, only teasing out of boredom. Emok. I believe she is a Pokemon as well. I think it's Gulpin? Is it Gulpin? A lot of trainers in this town use poison types. Oh, I guess it's not. Huh. Oh, I'm thinking of the sequel. Interesting thing about this game, it got a direct sequel that came out like a year or so later called Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. The XD stands for Extra Dark. Which, you know, pretty much improves on this game in every way. It's got better graphics, more like a larger, more interesting roster of Pokemon to snag. It's also a longer game, like you can just play it for longer. More content, more areas to explore. You can save wherever you want, which help brings it up with the other mainline games. These games do also have a feature where you can transfer Pokemon to the Game Boy games after you beat the main story. So we have to go in here, talk with Duking. He runs the Colosseum. If you want to enter a battle, go see the Colosseum's receptionist. Now, if you excuse me, I'm busy sitting in the chair with my arms crossed. Secret hideout. Yep, and we walk out. Duking, how much more are you going to take from Mirror B and his stooges? They're using you and the Colosseum. What is the matter with you? Have they sucked the spirit right out of you? So you just clam up. I've lost faith in you. The man that went out is Silva. He's Duking's friend. But he was really angry. His face looked all scary. So we know that Duking is being shaken down by Mirror B and his goons. We don't know why yet, but we will soon. So we know that they're using the Colosseum somehow. There was another place I wanted to check real quick in case there was anything important. This is the police station. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm sorry, Chief, but there's trouble afoot. You see, Chief, there's talk that thugs have been witnessed using strange Pokemon. Huh? Chief? You're not the Chief. I beg your pardon. I'm here, Johnson. The story isn't new. I've heard about it over and over already. Oh, Chief, there you are. You're such a kidder. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. The name is Shirls. I'm the chief in this town. Are you two travelers? Sure. I see. Well, whether you are or not, it would be best if you were to get out of town as soon as possible. This town's descended into a state of lawless chaos. I couldn't guarantee your safety if anything were to happen. I mean, I don't know if I would call it lawless chaos. I mean, yeah, there are people fighting in the streets, but that seems to be happening in every Pokemon game. Not you two again. Listen, you have to promise. Don't tell Mirror B that we're hiding out here, okay? After we blew our last chance, we couldn't go back, so we turned ourselves in for stealing that truck, and here we are. If we stayed here, we'd be safe. It's also that guy. Can't talk to him, though. The door is locked. So we will go to the Colosseum. So what we have to do next is we have to win a round of the Colosseum. Welcome to Pirate Colosseum. Are you here to register for entry? Win the challenge, you get an awesome Pokemon like that Kale did. You have to keep that a secret. Pretend you never heard me. Kale, the guy who was hanging around the town's entrance. We should ask him. He might know something. So Kale won a Pokemon from the Colosseum. So he was the guy with the green hair back towards the entrance to town. So we have to go talk to him now. What's that? You want to know if I have a weird Pokemon? If you want to know that much, you may as well see it with your own eyes. Because, of course, in the Pokemon world, no one is open just to talk. You have to win a Pokemon battle first. Ferret. And Ralts. Imagine what I was like in real life. If you were just like, excuse me, is this where the line starts? And be like, I don't know. Maybe I'll tell you. If my dog and your dog fight first... Set up a Reflect. It's weird how, like, we're doing something pretty patently illegal in the terms of this game, stealing Pokemon from other trainers, although no one ever, like, tries to confront us or turn us in about it. I mean, if Shadow Pokemon can't be detected by normal means, you know, then they kind of are invisible in the eyes of the law. But I guess it's like if someone stole your contraband or drugs or whatever, you can be like, oh, he stole my drugs, you know? We'll use secret power, confusion. I remember this Furret being a lot more trouble. It's weird we haven't seen a lot of Pokemon use Shadow Rush. They usually spam that move. Becomes extra annoying because Shadow Pokemon will KO themselves all the time. Helping Hand. Like I said before, because a lot of this, because this game is pretty much entirely double battles, moves like Helping Hand actually have a purpose. Inflict Confusion. Go ahead, we'll start throwing Pokeballs. I remember this one being hard to catch, so I'll go ahead and just use Great Balls right off the bat. And we'll probably switch out Makihita, I guess. It broke free of the ball. Now this one's using Shadow Rush. That's good. It raises the stakes. Yeah, we'll use Taunt. That one didn't count. Come on, Kale. Oof. Oh, come on. Almost had it. Again? If it confuses one more time, it'll probably KO, which I would like to avoid. This one's for all the money. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. My Shadow Pokemon. That's where the first time we actually hear that term. That was it? That Lying Mirror B. He came up with that fancy, tough-sounding name. Shadow Pokemon, but it was no big deal. You guys be careful too. Don't be played for a sucker. That's about all they'll give you if you win at the Colosseum. Shadow Pokemon? That's what it's called? A Shadow Pokemon? That Pokemon with the black aura? That Pokemon with the black aura that attacks people? That's a Shadow Pokemon? That looks like it has a shadow? I trust things are going according to plan, Mirror Bee. Oh yes, indeed, Master NASCAR. Our plan is coming along in a lovely, peachy keen way. We've already broken Duking's spirit. We can do as we please at the Colosseum without his meddling. We've been giving away Shadow Pokemon on the sly to challenge winners for gathering data. Good. The others appear to be doing their parts to implement our plan. Our Shadow Pokemon plan is falling into place quickly. The final phase is not far off. Foo-ho-ho-ho-ho. This is perking up my spirit and body. Oh, I feel like dancing. Save your dancing until our plan succeeds. I'm off. Okay then, I shall make my return to the cave, where my darling Pokemon await my return. Let the music play. It looks like the Colosseum has a secret. I guess there's no choice but to take part in a battle challenge there. So we have to go win at the Colosseum, and then we will be invited to receive a Shadow Pokemon, which will give us entrance to the enemy base. Oh, but what's this? Unexpected event to pad out the runtime? Someone, there's trouble, help me. And this guy is just having a seizure on the floor. The chief's inside. Silva came and... Did he beat them up? Like, I don't know. What did Silva actually do? Did he assault these men? The Silva's gone too far this time. He ripped out and ripped off one of the gears. The Colosseum's gonna be without power. Chief, are you alright? Yeah, the only thing bruised is my pride. It was only Silva, so I wasn't expecting any trouble. But isn't Silva Duking's trusted lieutenant? What's his motive for doing this? That's what I want to know. He was ranting about how the Colosseum can just shut down or something. Sorry to worry you, younglings. Thanks. I'll be fine now. But I need to ask for a favor. Will you hear me out? Yeah, okay. If the Colosseum loses power, the whole town suffers. I need you to find that gear Silva ran off with. I'm counting on you younglings. So Silva went in and assaulted these two men and stole the gear to the windmill, which powers the Colosseum. I don't know why the Colosseum really needs power, because it's kind of just a disheveled, desiccated... It kind of looks like a plane... I don't know, the big buildings where like planes are stored. I forget what they're called. I know where the... So normally in this part of the game you have to search around and try to find the gear. I already know where it is. There's a gear like at the outskirts stand. There's one like out here. It's just right here. He obtained the gear. I don't know why he brought it all the way out here. Could have easily just dropped it in the middle of the desert, but you know. So now we go back to Pyrite Town. Come back here. There's Duking. Terribly sorry, Chief. You sure you're okay? Yup, I'm fine. There's no need for all the worrying. Good, that's good. But Silva, this is an outrage. No, I reckon he agonized over this and did it because he thought it right. I can't blame the man for that. Enough about that, Duking. Instead, I think you should look over there. What? You people? I reckon you might be saying thanks, Duking. That's the gear! You found it for us? What amazing luck. I'll ask you to excuse me for my behavior earlier. You seem to be people who are worthy of trust. You have my sincere thanks. Alright, I just need you to slot that gear snugly back into the gap where it belongs. Go ahead and use the gear here. All done. Standing by, let it roll. Oh, 30 long years of cranking gears. Oh yeah. This is the way it ought to be. Things are fine now. I can tell that you're a man of courage and honor. I have a favor to ask. Will you hear me out? Okay. I'm grateful. I want you to enter the next Colosseum battle. I need you to win the knockout challenge and find out what's going on there. I can tell from a glance that you're no ordinary trainer. I know you can win. I'm sorry, but help me. Again, won't explain to us, like, what kind of dirt Mirror B has on him, but still asking us to help him. A hangar, that's what they're called. An aircraft hangar. I don't know why I couldn't remember that earlier. Okay. We should be good. We will not encounter any Pokemon in this challenge. Yes. Like I said, not really sure why they needed the power turned on, but whatever. Hawks. But not like the bird. I guess it's more like when you throw something. Barboach. Sandshrew. Go ahead and we'll just take care of this quickly. This knockout challenge really isn't too bad. However, once you sort of get past this point, then this Colosseum opens up for regular use, and the Pokemon become significantly stronger. Like level 40 and 50, it's a pretty significant jump. Honestly, you probably, like, even though the game's called Pokemon Colosseum, you probably won't be doing any Colosseum battles until you've already beat the game, or you're, like, right at the end, so... you do get, like, cash rewards, and you can also be awarded, like, TMs for teaching moves by doing Colosseum battles. Different, Colosseums offer different rewards. Tistler. Planning to win it all? You know that's impossible. Not two. And Metatite. Was robbed. Should have been a one-hit KO. My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined. Tistler. Oh wow, you're not half bad, you. the semifinals. I think all of them are just like the knockout challenge is just 4 battles back to back. You're trying to score an awesome Pokemon, aren't you? It's not going to be that easy. It probably will be that easy. Electrike and Cacnea. I believe Electrike can have static, so we're not going to attack that one yet. I like Cacnea. It's a nice little Pokemon. Don't like Electrike all that much. It's just got a weird shaped head, I don't know. It's kind of off-putting. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Was robbed. Howl. I'm probably showing my age here, but I actually have a lot of fond memories of playing this game. I actually used to go down to my local video rental store, which also rented out video games for the GameCube and such, and I used to rent this game to play it. If you can beat me, Master Mirror Bee could come calling for your services. Bagon and Goldeen. But I used to go down to the video rental shop and rent this game a lot. When that video rental shop went out of business, as all are fated to do, they actually sold off all their games, and that was one of the ones that I got from them. So my copy of Pokemon Colosseum is actually the same one that I used to rent. It's weird how things work out like that. It's still got the sticker on it from the video rental store, because they would put a sticker on all their stuff. I do also, of course, have the sequel to this game. That one I don't 100% remember where I got it. I think I bought it at GameStop back when GameStop used to sell GameCube games. I'm kind of sad they don't anymore. I mean, I know the GameCube's been out of print for like 20 years, but I have a fond memory of a lot of those games. I wish they stuck around a bit longer. Also wish there was more of them, of course. But I know the GameCube was weird to develop for because it had those tiny, the mini CDs. Playing Game Boy games on them was pretty cool though. I've also got the adapter for playing Game Boy games. Fuse Ray, that'll be nice to have. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of Snatch. It's not really a useful move. There we go. So now we have a way to inflict status directly, which could help us. I forgot Psychic type is not very effective against Steel type, which Magnemite is as of Generation 2. Dark type doesn't do much as well. That's alright. Well, I guess the alternative would just be a normal type move, which also wouldn't be too awfully effective. You're some kind of strong. Good things could be in store for you. Congratulations, you're the champion. You battled fabulously. Please accept your cash prize of 4,848 Pokebucks, and as well as a TM06. I don't remember what that one is. Toxic. That's also not a terrible move, I guess. We'll keep that in store just in case we need that. That can also be dangerous though, of course, because that's guaranteed damage every turn. Which could be useful for dealing with more annoying Pokemon, but we don't want to use that on a Shadow Pokemon probably, because that's high chance that it'll get knocked out. If you're wanting to go for Shadow Pokemon, obviously the best statuses to use are the ones that don't deal damage. So Sleep, Freeze, Paralyze, of course. Yeah, okay, we should be good. Okay, so we will exit out of here. And one of Mirabee's goons should invite us to collect a Shadow Pokemon. Yep. Hi there, you must be the superb trainer who has emerged triumphant in our latest battle challenge. Mirabee, the town's true mover and shaker, wishes you to have a gorgeous gift. Now follow me. Little does he know, he's leading us directly into the enemy base. I'm back with our latest challenge champion. Let's present our lucky winner with a Shadow Pokemon and watch Chaos Unleashed. Oh, nice one. Our new champ is quite the appealing charmer. Makes a nice change from the parade of macho musclemen. Wait, this isn't happening. This guy, he's that Gary guy that Mirabee's been carrying on about. What? The same guy who messed with us at Phoenix City? I didn't know when I let him in here. I'll boot you back out. Yeah, okay, so for this guy, I'm pretty sure it's the Yanma that is the Shadow Pokemon. ahead and confuse it. Actually, it'd probably be better just... I think the Pineco might have self-destruct, so I'd rather just deal with that if I can. Yeah, and then this one will not be able to evolve because, of course, this is pre-Gen 4, so Yanmega does not exist yet. So Yanma is not going to be too terribly useful. Nincada. Yanma does have speed boost. Go ahead and finish off the Nincada, and then I think I'll switch out Espeon for... let's do Quagsire. Uproar. Surskit. And we'll deal with the Surskit. I think we will use Confuse Ray on it. I think I'd rather... I don't want to use Shadow Rush because I think it's got a decent amount of... Or rather, it's not got very much health. Yama's a bug type, so it's probably got a pretty high catch rate, so we'll just see if we can catch it right out. Nope. Securely snagged. Confuse Ray. Now, I believe Secret Power should have the effect of paralysis because we're inside a building. So that will be nice. We'll just keep chucking Pokeballs. And you're not trapped in this building. You can come and go because they don't have the concept of like, oh, he left. Why not just lock the door back? Because, you know, RPG rules. Bam. Hey, we got it on the first try. That's what I like to see. Of course, paralysis will have its effective speed, so have much of an effect on this battle, but... One, two, three... Yay! It's that easy. It's that easy. Got a decent chunk of change for that. It's useless. I don't stand a chance of winning. Now hold on, you're the one who brought him here. They're just gonna run to the back. Oh, you're safe. I heard you entered this building. It had me worried. Duking, this is where they were giving shadow Pokemon to the winners of battle challenges. Shadow Pokemon? Those ferocious Pokemon that even attack people? Yes, they're giving away shadow Pokemon to thugs for some reason. It doesn't look good. They were using the Colosseum to do that? Big lady, my Papa's Pokemon was taken away by Mirror B as a prisoner. He did what? Mirror B used a dirty move like that? It's Papa's Plusle. I'm so worried that they might be mean to it. It's humiliating, but with Plusle in their filthy hands, my own hands are tied. He's not getting away with this, that rotten Mirror B, but we're here now. We'll get Plusle back for you. Right, Gary? Giggle. Because that's the thing people say. I know I can always count on you, Gary. Duking, it's dangerous inside this building. You've got to get everyone out to safety. Thanks for everything. I have to depend on you. I have no choice. Be careful always. Mirror B might look like a clown, but his battling is all business. So we can pick this up. File. Hyper Mode. Shadow Pokemon, perhaps because of their own overwhelming power, may behave abnormally at times. They may engage in such behavior as ignoring orders, even turning on their own trainers in battle. This I have named Hyper Mode. On the plus side, Hyper Mode raises the critical ratio of Shadow Rush, however, Hyper Mode also prevents the use of items on the Pokemon. Easily dispelled, simply call the Pokemon by name, however this method has a major drawback. Calling the Shadow Pokemon's name causes the closed door of its heart to loosen and even open. Further research is urgently needed. Shadow Pokemon Lab, Chief Ian. So Ian, of course, is the researcher who invented Shadow Pokemon. We won't be encountering him for a while yet. So I'm going to run out back to the outskirts stand and pick up some Pokeballs. Probably just pick up another 10 of each. Yeah, well, maybe I should pick up some more because there were quite a few Shadow Pokemon. You wanting to buy something? I'll go ahead and I will pick up... Might be too many. We'll get 15 Great Balls. And like 10 Pokeballs. Pyrite Town. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Actually, I think I'll pick up a few potions. Hyper potions. We don't need those quite yet. Yeah, I guess 3 will be fine. It'll bring us up to 5 total. I mean, as you can obviously tell at this point, this game doesn't stick to a grid like previous Pokemon games do. Which allows for more interesting geometry in terms of like how areas are designed. But it also has the downside of kind of being a pain to control. because you're constantly bumping into stuff and people. I still don't know why they didn't disable collision for you and your partner. Pretty sure this lady's got a Pokemon. A Vandy, maybe? Oh, not Shadow. I remembered it was Phanpy. I did not remember if it was Shadow or not. This didn't happen. Yeah, it did. No matter what, this elevator is off limits. But I beat you in a Pokemon battle. That means that you have to do what I say. What do you think you're doing here? Pike. Roller Boy Pike would like to battle. Talo and Hoot Hoot. I think Talo's probably one of my favorites of the tiny bird Pokemon that every region has. I don't know, it's got a nice design. It's definitely one of the Pokemon that you can tell is like, oh, that's just straight up an animal. Like, it just looks like a bird. Which I guess Pidgey does too, but... too strong for me. So although he is here in the Shadow Pokemon building, he himself did not have a Shadow Pokemon. It's nice that they left the Pokemon Health Machine and the PC open. Okay, I think that's probably going to be it for today. Next time we will hopefully face off against Mirror B and save Plusle and steal all the Shadow Pokemon in his weird Al-Qaeda cave that's attached to this building. So yeah, thanks for watching in, and Bye bye.